What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades. And today, guys, we're going to take a look back at 2019 because today is January the 1st, 2020. 2020, that number just rolls right off the tongue. I hope the year is as good as the number sounds, both for Baz on Blades and for all of you guys and gals out there. So we're going to take a look back at 2019, but first we're going to talk a very little bit about Baz on Blades because we have so much to get into this video. Baz on Blades is a totally independent, small channel dedicated to the things that I think in life are just the things that make life a little bit better for me. Now, that mostly goes in the direction of knives. I love knives, but we also do some firearm stuff here. We may do some music stuff, some tool stuff, guys, just all kinds of wacky things. You'll also see featured product that I make in my shop. I use this channel as a networking tool to sell that product that I make myself. And thank you to everybody that has bought my product, my pieces. I believe I've sold 50 or 75 or 100 pieces all around the world. So thank you. But we're totally, as far as outside sources, we're totally non-monetized here. I only lose money on this channel. Everything you see is financed totally by me. There is no outside sources at all. Now, some companies have sent me free product, and I typically give that product away in my giveaways throughout the year. I keep very few of those pieces, and that keeps me honest here towards every manufacturer and every individual model of knife that I review. Now, we don't have any plans on being monetized here, so you can expect that honesty from now on, no matter how big Baz on Blades gets. And we're approaching 3,000 subscribers, approaching 400,000 views, and recently I put up a firearms video on a comparison between the new Taurus G3 and the G2C, and that has 30,000 views on it, guys. That is my best performing video so far, and that is in 1 month it got that. Now that's not much compared to big channels that get hundreds of thousands of views, but for a little guy like me, that's pretty doggone big. So we're going into 2020 already at an increased performance level, and that is thanks to all of you. I'm just a goofball behind the camera showing off knives, guys. So here we go. Let's start out with something that has nothing to do with knives at all, but does have to do with the Baz on Blades shop. And I just got a new table saw to start processing out handle material for knives because I've got all of this crazy wood that I've gotten at work, and I need to process it out so I can stabilize it and get it ready for knife scales. So I got this new table saw for Christmas from Dan the man. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, brother. And it came with this cheap plastic flimsy pusher stick, and I just didn't like it. So I decided to make a pusher stick, and now here's what we've got, guys. This is the Baz on Blades shark stick. You can see why it looks like a shark there. And this is the pusher stick that I've made this week here at Baz on Blades. It is in 7/16 thick white oak, and it does have walnut handle scales. And then I did attach those handle scales with a 1/8" mosaic pin stock. It is finished down to 800 grit, hand finished, and it just is, all the edges are broken. Everything is just like sexy babe skin smooth, you know. And this is with 1 coat of tung oil on it so far. It's going to get 2 more. And that's going to be my push stick for my table saw, guys. This is just a piece of wood that I made to use, and this is what I end up doing with it here. That's what I get for being on vacation and not having anything else to do. But that's the type of thing you can expect out of me, guys. I'm just totally overkill on everything. So let's get into the most carried knife of 2019. And I have talked about this knife this year. It should not be any surprise. It's the Ganzo FH41, and it's the most carried knife of the year because it's a knife I carry every day at work. And I work typically 6 days a week. So this literally is my most carried knife of the year. And I'm going to tell you right now, in this blade grind, Ganzo's heat treat on D2 is so damn good, guys. Nobody else has got D2 this good at the budget level, not even approaching. This knife has, over months of time, has cut hundreds of feet of dirty factory cardboard. So it's not only cutting that cardboard, but the dust and grit and dirt that's on it. Guys, I have not sharpened this knife since I bought it. I have stropped it on cardboard, not on leather and compound, just on cardboard dry, and just continue to use it. It has cut, like I said, hundreds of feet of cardboard. It has cut wood veneer. It has pried trim on doors. It is, guys, I don't even know what all it's done. It's been handed around to 5 or 6 people at work, and then come back to me before the end of the day. It is just the most carried knife of 2019 for Bazon Blades. I mean, every other knife in my collection put together was not carried as much as this one knife. 2019 was a weird year. There wasn't a lot out there that Bazon Blades was really interested in, but one of the things that he was interested in is what I'm going to consider to be the finest American-made auto of 2019, and that is the Kershaw Launch 8. Now, this one is one of the special matte disc and modified versions, but the regular version is the same thing. Everything's the same except for the inlay. The regular version is a regular carbon fiber inlay rather than this fat carbon snakeskin inlay that's got the copper in it. But everything else is the same. This is, you guys love your Microtex, you love your Protex, and I like both of them myself, guys. I'm especially a Protec fan, but as far as design, execution, build quality, materials, and price point, this was the side opening production auto of the year. As far as I'm concerned, guys. American made, it sold for $99.99 in the regular version, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful little knife. Now, I did change out the pocket clip because it has that absolutely horrendous Hinderer type of pocket clip on it. God almighty, guys, that is the worst pocket clip ever made. I do not know why people like it. I just don't. So I changed. That's a Natrix pocket clip, and it is perfect. This has got this long, elongated teardrop shape. That's what this pocket clip is, guys. It's half the size of that Hinderer style pocket clip. It's just so much better for this sort of compact and not dainty, but this is a very easy EDC carry gentleman's knife, guys. And the action, oh, that's so hot. That's so hot, guys. If that thing walked down the street past me, I would whistle at it. So, another knife that I got in that I did not feature here at Bazon Blades, and you guys are going to get the story, is the Zero Tolerance 0462. And I got this as a companion to my 0452, which is my absolute favorite knife in my collection. Guys, this is another of those designs, Sienkiewicz design, guys. In fact, look right here. Sienkiewicz design. There you go. Another Sienkiewicz design, guys. And it is beautiful. It's not nearly the knife that the 0452 is. This is a lot of form over function. It's not as comfortable to use, but the build level is super high, zero tolerance. It's a great flipper. Terrible pocket clip. Look at how low Look at that, guys. You can't get that into crap. Dr. Franke, who wears his medical fatigues, I call them, all the time with the thin material, he said he even had a hard time with that pocket clip. So, yeah, not the best there. But, what a beautiful knife, well executed. And the reason you guys didn't see it here at Baz on Blades in 2019 was two reasons. I was very late to the party on this knife, about a year. So I didn't see any sense of putting up just another opinion on it. So I didn't plan on doing a video. But I thought I'd do, a real quick thing. Hey, I got this. Take a look at it, whatever, unboxing. And the very first time that I opened it on video, I wasn't paying attention. The blade swung around. It hit the clamp that I clamped my monopod to for the camera, and it broke the tip off of it. The very first time that I opened it on a video, I just got the knife, guys, the day that I got it. And I was so disappointed, I just put it down. I just put it back in the bag and left it there. I didn't even send it in to Kershaw to have it repaired, which it's got a lifetime warranty, and I can send it in there. Guys, as soon as it was so disappointing what I did, I couldn't believe I did that. So there you go, a little insight in how much of a dumbass it Baz on Blades is. But I think here in 2020, we're going to send that in and get them to fix it. And I didn't buy a lot of high-end knives in 2019. I bought that Zero Tolerance. That Kershaw Launch 8 was nearly $200 for that special version, so we'll call it high-end. But another thing that I bought was the We Produce Mass Drop Gavco Thresher, guys. I just bought this recently in the Black Friday sale, so be looking for a review of this coming up. And spoiler alert, I love it. I'm just going to make love to it on camera for 30 minutes, guys, and you get to look at it and hear it, and, we'll just keep it between us. But these knives were available through Mass Drop. They're made by We. They were typically priced from $180 to $210, and they had a sale for Black Friday starting at $100. So they were $100, $120, and $130, and I grabbed this one for $120, making it my absolute best Black Friday knife purchase ever, guys. I love this knife. It's just a We titanium frame lock, that quality, on a thumb stud opening, all ball bearing, everything's a standard We build, guys, and that Michael Gavick Thresher design from Gavco Knives. Just a fabulous, fabulous knife, guys. That was my other big purchase of the year. Other than that, we struggled to keep up with the budget blades in 2019. Good Lord. You can't keep up with them. They're coming at you so fast. It's like a Western shootout, guys. But the highlight of this year for me was Civivi knives. Now, I went into the year, I wasn't a huge fan of Civivi. I recognized what they were. But at the beginning of the year, I was into another brand as far as budget knives goes. And Civivi was just another one of the brands. Making a quality product. But in the last half of 2019, they have brought the thunder, guys. They are hands down closing out 2019, going into 2020, the budget brand as far as I'm concerned. And I've got 3 knives out here right now that we're going to show. And one is one of their original first models. That's the Praxis. Now, my viewers will know the original version that came out with the gold liners was an absolute no-go here at Baz on Blades. I don't like gold, and I ripped that knife every chance that I could get because of the gold liners, not because of the knife. I always made that plain. The knife is a fine knife, great design in a large folder, guys. But when they brought this stainless Damascus out, It was one of the original models from Civivi, and it was one of the first models done in the stainless Damascus. And when they did, they went to black hardware, black liners with the black G10, and that is a stunning look, guys. I love this stainless Damascus that Civivi has brought. I don't care if it's Damasteel or not. It's not Damasteel. It's not going to perform like Damasteel, and it damn sure doesn't cost what Damasteel does. Go and price that stuff, guys. You buy it by the inch, okay? You buy it by the inch. It's pricey. Trust me, it's pricey. But this is a fantastic addition to this budget stuff. Well under $100, guys. Typical Civivi. You know, it's smooth on bearings. It's a fabulous flipper. The fit and finish is good. Blah, blah, blah. Zipper pouch. Blah, blah, blah. It's just great. Another one from Civivi that was my first consideration for Budget Knife of the Year for 2019 is the Wyvern folder. Now, again, this is a Damascus version here that recently came out. The original version was in D2 with the Dragon Scale FRN handle scales that are rounded. They are radiused and hand feeling. This is such a comfortable knife. Everybody was getting about 15 thousandths behind the edge thickness on that big hollow grind. Killer grind. And you know what? The Damascus, it just makes it look that much better, guys. It's just good looking stuff. Good looking stuff. And another, I mean, you know, this knife was like $68, guys. Bearings, Damascus, titanium pocket clip, the detailing in the handle. What's not to like about that? And then the last Civivi I'm going to show is the most recent model that I've got, and that is the Rustic Gent that I recently reviewed, guys. It is such a fabulous little knife, and I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to announce at the end of this video, but it is in the run-in for Budget Knife of the Year. It is in the run-in for Budget Knife of the Year, even though it just came out, because this is something totally new and different, totally outside the box for this Chinese brand. And it is so well executed. Go and watch the video, guys. You know, I just make love to this knife for half an hour. And again, you can get your popcorn and enjoy that. Get your significant other in there. Maybe that'll lead to something else later on, you know. So anyway, we'll go on from Civivi. With that said, guys, we're going to go to Steel Wheel. Now, I got a bunch of stuff from Steel Wheel this year and gave it all away in a recent giveaway except for one piece, and that is the utterly ridiculous Steel Wheel Plague Doctor. This is the full-size version, guys, and I'm going to pull out another full-size knife here. We'll pull this Praxis back out and let you see how big this knife is compared to the Praxis. All right, the Praxis is very much a full-size knife, 3 3/4 inch blade length, if I remember right. And the Plague Doctor is just ridiculously big, guys. But this full-size folding fighter on phosphor bronze bushings, guys, is hands down the best flipper of 2019 for Bazon blades. It's a stronger flipper than almost all the ball bearing pivot flippers that I had go through my hands this year. The flipping action is so crisp, so strong, and so fast, guys, on phosphor bronze bushings. It is ridiculous. That blade is over 4 inches. It's wide. The blade stock was like 160 thousandths, I think, if I remember right. So that's not a lightweight blade, guys. It is such a good flipper. The Plague Doctor. Steel Wheel knives, that was just one they knocked out of the park. And if you want something that's a little smaller for your girly hands and EDC carry, they did a smaller version, which was like 3.5 inch blade length, I believe. It puts it down around the paramilitary 2 size. So there's Steel Wheel knives, guys. Another highlight out of my collection for 2019. And then we're going to bring in We're going to close out the knife highlights here for 2019 by going with the budget knife of the year here at Baz on Blades. And the Civivi Gent almost took it, guys. The Civivi Gent. Look at that. Oh, my God. Look at that. It almost took it. If I would have had just a little more time with this knife, it may have taken it, guys, because it is, yeah, this knife is legit. It is legit, guys. Get it. No matter what the handle material you choose, get it. But the 2019 Baz on Blades budget knife of the year is hands down the Kubi KU179 carbon fiber. This is in the stonewash version. They also had a brighter satin version. This knife was $49.99 on Amazon. It has since gone up to $59.99. But I want you to think about all these Civivis I've shown you and the steel wheel and all of that, guys. Those knives are in the, all of those that I showed you were in about the $70 to $80 price range. This knife is $60 currently, and I paid $50 for it before they raised the price. D2 for your blade steel, unique, well done blade grind. Your handle scales are solid carbon fiber. They're solid carbon fiber. This is not a layer of cosmetic carbon fiber laminated on top of black G10. This is solid carbon fiber, guys. It is built on a ceramic bearing pivot with a ceramic detent. It is a liner lock. They are fully lined, nested liners, guys. And it also features milled titanium pocket clip, which is really attractive and is well placed and fits the design, and a milled titanium backspacer. $60, guys. There's nobody else on any brand that is offering you solid carbon fiber with milled tie parts, even with D2 at that price point. The action is fantastic, guys. The detent, fantastic. It is well centered. The lockup is solid in all directions. This knife was sent to me for free by Kubi, but I liked it so much, I went right back within just a few days and purchased out of my pocket the other version. And I've also got that in my collection. Hands down, budget knife of the year for 2019 as far as Baz on Blades is concerned. No competition at the fit and finish level, action and materials level. There's just no competition at that price point. A lot of great knives out there, guys. I mean, you've seen it. You saw the Damascus that Civivi is bringing. You know, you saw the action on that steel wheel Plague Doctor, guys, but altogether, this is the budget knife of the year for 2019 here at Baz on Blades. The Kubi KU179CF, available on Amazon, guys. Just seriously, get you one. Get you one. It's such a great, great knife, guys. Such a great, great knife. Yeah, budget knife of the year, 2019, right there, guys. So, 2019 was pretty doggone decent, but it had some low lights, and Baz is going to bitch about those because people loves it when Baz bitches. This is Baz on bitching, okay? The first thing I didn't like about 2019 was the dangerous, I think, obsession with blade steel Rockwell levels. Guys, like I say, I'm not a steel expert, but I can tell you this. While Rockwell hardness is important for a steel, it is a major component in the performance of a steel, a major part of that. It is not the only part. And if you want to, you are more than welcome to buy your knives based on blade steel. If you want to own knives that only have M390 20CV 204P in them, then by God, do it. I'll totally support you on that. But there has been a huge obsession this year on blade steel Rockwell hardness, and I think it's just overblown to the point where there have been some pretty doggone decent knives that, because they Rockwelled, an example of one, Rockwelled 2 points lower than what everybody expected, that it just shuts down the sales of that knife. Nobody wants it all of a sudden. It's still a killer knife. Okay? It's still a killer knife. And you don't know just because of a sample size of one whether, guys, Rockwell level as far as hardness goes can be inconsistent within a batch of steel that is heat treated. I have seen that personally in my years of experience working in steel, guys, in heat treat. I've seen batches come out with wildly different heat treat numbers running through it. So that's not the be-all, end-all of it. What else did you not like this year? Again, something I talked about at the beginning of the video, I saw a lot of channels that I really liked totally change in 2019. They became businesses. The people are not doing it for the enjoyment of it. It is obvious in the way that they deliver their product now, their content, and I just don't enjoy watching their content anymore. That's one of the reasons that I don't want to make money off of this channel, because it will change me. It will change my content if I start making money off of this channel. There's nothing I can do. That's human nature, guys. And then the last thing that I was really disappointed with this year, where are all the American-made knives at? American production companies, listen to me, you're going to have to pick it up. And I don't mean at the $200 plus level. I mean at the $100 and lower level. If you do not pick it up, you are going to be totally shut out, because more and more people find out every day that your budget stuff is all made in China anyway, and it's not even competitive with the high-end China budget stuff. Okay, you're having your product made at a lower performance level to compete against knives made in the same place to outperform them 10 to 1. American-made companies, you've got to do better than that in 2020. Guys, Bazon Blades going nowhere but up in 2020. We're going to do more content, more stuff. There's going to be a lot more shop stuff with Bazon Blades. This is a year that we get things going. I'm tired of buying equipment. I'm just ready to make stuff, as you've seen, because Bazon Blades can't even cut out a simple pusher stick without going crazy and wanting to make something, guys. That's just, I don't even know. I just got to do it this year. So you're going to get plenty of work in progress content. You're going to get plenty of knife content. You're going to get plenty of firearm content, guys. Just more content from Bazon Blades. I promise you that. Because I really enjoy doing this stuff. It's hard to find the time sometimes, but I very much enjoy it. Not because I make a dime off of it, guys. All it does is cost me money. I just enjoy talking about this stuff with you, not only in the videos, but in the feedback and comments. My comment sections have really taken off lately. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's just get Bazon Blades out there. Let's share Bazon Blades around. It's really up to you guys how big the channel gets. So the more you share it around, the more you pass Bazon Blades around, don't worry, Bazon Blades can take it. The more you pass me around, the better off we'll do here. And I just thank you for your support. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.